what does everyone here make of the Illuminati?
Load of
The
rubbish.
Illuminati. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
So
starting off with Elliot, what do you think about the Illuminati? Do you reckon
Just a
they're
bunch
real?
of
Do you reckon they're
no, it's just a bunch of weirdos that are obsessed with conspiracy theories. It's just a load of rubbish.
okay? That's interesting. What about you, Kieran?
I don't.
Illuminati.
I don't know about the Illuminati, but I do believe there's there are richer people. There are people in this world who are richer than countries, and I think they have more power than they should. As a way to put it, I think.
The thing is, I completely agree with that. Like Jeff Bezos being the fucking richest person in the world by an absolute mile.
Yeah, and you
You're
think
telling
he just goes along with everything. He has
yeah.
no power in any way. I don't believe that. That's just,
Like he could buy the world. He could genuinely just buy the world.
yeah, he has the power to do what he wants with the world. Like everyone needs him. Everyone uses his product,
Yeah,
which is
I mean,
is crazy.
have you heard the conspiracy that Amazon Amazon are the ones that did COVID
No,
just
but
to
that's
get their
fucking-
sales up?
That's just a valid point. They made a lot of money.
Yeah, they have made the most money.
They made
That,
it was-
and
it
that's
was,
a genuine conspiracy though that Amazon started off COVID.
because they made they made like it was something like 300 billion in 3 months or something.
Yeah.
Like that's unreal. Oh, it would be. I doubt it, but
I mean,
It's not-
whenever anything bad happens though, you need to look at like who profits off of that. And you got to say that Amazon, out of every fucking fucker in the world, have got just the most money from COVID.
Big
oh
fuck,
yeah, because everyone's chipped in. One of my favorite ones I saw the TikTok one. I saw on TikTok was the Titanic one.
What?
Luke?
What was
The fact the
Titanic one?
Titanic.
I'm not in the
isn't-
game, man.
The Titanic
You
isn't
dick.
actually the Titanic.
Oh yeah, no, I love
another
it.
ship.
Yeah,
I
it's
said
the
you're right.
Olympic. They said it was like the Olympic or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, it's because the thing that's funny is a lot of rich people who were meant to go on it decided
Yeah.
not to go last minute due to like being put or having a cold or things. And they said they didn't go. They gave the tickets away.
Yeah.
And the ship what they did was when the pictures of the Titanic came out, they had a certain number of windows on the boat, and then when the pictures of the boat leaving had more windows.
Yeah.
And also,
I can remember seeing that video and thinking, oh shit, that actually really makes sense.
You know what? Actually, I'll tell you one thing. One of my favourite, like, weird, like, what happened stories is that the islands thing, the island party thing that Kendall Jenner promoted. That went
That isn't-
into the
you
internet
know that
story did a
isn't-
video
you know-
on it.
you know that isn't
What?
a like conspiracy theorist. You're on about
I know, yeah,
Fire
I know it's
Festival.
not. Yeah, Fire Festival. I just love the whole. I just think it's mad what happened. I just
Yeah,
think
they,
it's like madness what happened.
I haven't heard that. What happened?
Oh,
Fire Festival-
what? Oh, Fire
there's a
Festival,
documentary
Jesus.
about it on Netflix. Now,
Netflix,
but basically,
yeah.
a rapper, I can't remember his name, him and this other rich guy wanted to make a festival which is hosted on this island, and they had loads
Okay.
of big acts. They promoted it with loads of big acts going, and then they paid Instagram people like Caitlyn Jenner to promote, saying they're going. And then loads of people bought tickets. You could buy tickets ahead of time, and it's a cool thing where your wrist, yeah, would have like you have a wrist, a bracelet on, which would have like a card on it where you could store all your money on it, and everything you went to was just contactless. So you tap it, and you
Right.
pay, and everyone would have these nice like gourmet meals. You'd have your own cool little like globe tent things that they have set up for everyone. And then that would be away from it, and then you get like a bus to the festival. There's all on this island, like a band. They class it as like an abandoned island.
Elliot says I'm unable to.
People
draw.
flew into that island, and they were picked up by like a school bus
Hang on.
and dropped off
Okay.
to like these tents that were like for they use for like war-ridden countries. Like you know them white tents they put in for like
Yeah.
yeah, you
like-
see them I don't know, for like migrants. They have like these
Right,
white
yeah.
tents, these globe tents, and that's what they were given, and they were given like sandwiches and like bad sandwiches, no real food, and they said they have their own private lockers they didn't. There was just these lockers, and people started stealing it. Some people didn't have beds; there weren't beds ready for them, so they had to steal each other's beds. Some people like peed on other people's beds and they stole it. Oh no. Then people over time, people are like trying to get flights back to the country. Well, even now it's obviously found out what happened, and all the people are getting their money back. But at the time, people were trying to get flights home, but they couldn't get flights home because it's this small island. Then they find out that there are people on the island. There's people live there, so it's someone's home. So it isn't Pablo Escobar's own island, which they said it was. It's not that. And also, some of the big acts hadn't even agreed to go yet. So they did no acts turned up. There were no acts there. So people had paid all their money, and also no one had money with them because they put all their money on these card things they wear on their wrist, so they couldn't pay for anything to get home.
15 minutes, Elliot, and then my delivery
people were like
should be
getting hyperventilating and getting heat stroke because it was boiling, and then these terrible hotels were like you can get nothing from it. Like it's like not even hotels, sorry, airports with no air conditioning. It's just rundown island. So yeah, it's like a big thing about it. People just like fucked it. It was a money grab. They did want to make a real one, and also when everyone came home, they released a statement saying you can get your money back, or you can successfully get your ticket for next year's Fire Festival.
I remember when they did that.
and that's the best bit. That's my favourite part of the whole thing.
He
said,
here's
your ticket for next time.
year's.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That's a brief thing. If you watch the whole thing, it's on Netflix. There's also, if you want to get the internet story, and he does a thing about it, and it's very funny. And I recommend watching it because it's very interesting as well.
Luke.
Yeah.
What do you make of the Illuminati?
I don't think it's real, in my opinion, to be honest.
So you don't reckon there's a global sort of conspiracy of like just rich people getting together, like jacking off?
No, I don't. There's a lot of conspiracy. There's a lot of conspiracy theories. I don't believe.
There was a proven thing where there's. I don't know what it's called. What's the meeting called where loads of rich people meet up? It's like a genuine thing about it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Something like the bird.
I know what you're
They do it in Ireland. One of them.
Is that the thing that like Alex Jones talked about? Like that he supposedly invaded.
Well, there's a thing about what's his name? Transformers.
Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf. Anyway, the hotel he was staying, where he was like resting to get a drink and stuff, were apparently holding it. And he walked over, and they had loads of chicken. He just went over and took chicken wings from there, started eating. And they asked, "What are you doing here?" And he just basically said he was part of this massive meeting. But I can't remember what the meeting's name is. He has a podcast about it. I can't remember what podcast he's in. He says it, but yeah, it's quite interesting.
Okay, but like, you would have thought
they definitely meet up. They meet up, but I don't know what they do. But I believe they have a lot of power because they have a lot of money. And as we all know, the world just runs around with it. It's all about the moolah, baby.
It's like the Wall Street thing where like, they were trying to fuck over like little investors. If that was like a big investor, like putting in a shit ton of money, like
that already happened in 2006 or 2006 or 8 or something. I remember it was one time around then. There was a moment where like the people with the hedge funds, they didn't do hedge funds. It was like the market was collapsing, and it was hedge funds were failing.
Jesus.
And the rich people, it was the hedge funds worked, so all the rich people were making money. The people who had just started investing were losing a lot of money. But guess what? They didn't stop the market then, did they?
Yeah.
They kept it running because the rich people because the bankers were making loads of money. Yes, and that's all they care about. So that's why I think shit like that happens. I think it's been shown.